Hello everyone, I'm Jason Wilhamad, and today I'll be sharing my thoughts on the chapter 1 of Philosophy of Education by Neil Nallings. So let me walk you through my insight as I reflect on the key questions. So first is, what are the main ideas presented in the chapter 1? Well, one of the biggest ideas from chapter 1 is that philosophy is deeply connected to education. So it's not just a theory, but it is actually shaping on how teachers act, think, and make decisions in the classrooms. So Neil Nothings talks about different philosophical traditions like idealism, realism, and pragmatisms, and how each one views learning differently. I also like on how she emphasized reflections. He believes that educators should constantly reflect on their own values and practices. Next is the how do nothing's ideas resonate with your experience. So honestly, I could relate a lot to what she said about caring and relationship in educations. So, in my own experience, I've learned best from teachers who showed care about the students, not just about grades, but also in the physical aspect of the students. But how about we were doing in also in the people? So it's not just caring in the grades, physical aspect, but also in mentally. So that's really stuck with me, and I really appreciate Neil Nothings, and I think Nothings captured that very well, as I can imagine on myself that I can learn better when the teacher is my favorite. Yes. Next is the uh, how do you agree or disagree with her, and why? I mostly agree with her. I love that she includes emotional and moral development in the purpose of education. A lot of times, education is only seen as academic or job related, but she reminds us that it's also about growing as a person. And one thing I would question though is how realistic is it to apply these philosophical ideas in today's system, especially with big class sizes and standardized testing. So I can't imagine how how is it really possible, or is it manageable on keeping these philosophical ideas, so putting it into more realistic in our classroom. So I can't imagine. So, but maybe we could if we're going to pursue about it. So yes. Next is the how can we apply these ideas today? Yes, just like what I mentioned earlier. Is it possible if we're going to apply this, especially in the standardized schools or in the big universities who have a lot of students? So I think we can apply Naling's ideas by focusing more on student-centered learning. So really listening to students and building relationships, I mean. So for example, instead of giving lectures, teachers can design discussions where students share their ideas and reflect. Also, including more values education or even mindfulness in school could help with the personal growth part. So we're going to build a relationship in every students, but I don't think we can build relationship to all the students, but I hope most of the students, we can build relationships, not in mutual relationship, but as a relationship of teacher and a student in building their self. Next is, what did you find compelling or controversial? So the part that stood out me to the most was mm, her strong belief in care and relationship. So it's something that often gets ignored in policies or in curriculum planning. So it reminded me that learning is emotional too, not just intellectual. Not just intellectual, yes. I didn't find it anything super controversial, but it made me think deeply that what kind of teacher I want to be. So, what kind of teacher am I? If that time comes, I don't know. So, is anything unclear or worth discussing more? So, I'd love to explore more about mm, how teachers can balance caring for each students personally while still managing with their academic goals and time. Also, I wonder how philosophy can help new teachers who feel pressure by systems and don't always value these ideas. So, closing, thanks for listening to my thoughts on the chapter 1 of the Philosophy of Education by Neil Noddings. So, it really challenged me to think about what kind of educator I want to become and how important reflection in our work. So yes, thank you very much for listening, and I hope you get more ideas from my discussion, a little bit discussion. So thank you and God bless. That's all.